Thanks so much for logging on to SNN Local News 6 Weather First Facebook forecast. And as you can tell, we're going to have some showers and storms along the northern Gulf Coast and the mid-Atlantic states today, but we're still dealing with a tropical storm off the east coast of Florida. This is Tropical Storm Brett. It formed on Sunday and it's still clinging on to life here with sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. It's moving very slowly towards the northeast at 7 miles per hour. And, well, the pressure is at 1,001 millibars. Now, this thing doesn't have too much more life in it because as it continues on a northeasterly track, it's going to move over some cooler waters and slowly start to dissipate as it gets ushered out to sea by a trough that will fling it out to the northeast Atlantic. So basically, Tropical Storm Brett is going to be out of the picture. Now, we do have a very quiet radar, and that's going to be the case all day long because actually on the back side of Brett, that's ushering in some dry air aloft, which shows up in blue and yellow here in the water vaporimetry. So the dry air is really going to win out today and help suppress the moisture chance, as we're calling for about a 10% chance of isolated showers and storms, so not a big deal at all. Our forecast today will call for mostly sunny to maybe a few clouds in the afternoon, maybe an isolated storm, but that's going to be very isolated if that even happens at all, and highs topping out in the lower 90s, and that's average for this time of the year. The national picture shows once again a very strong ridge of high pressure. We can see this with a lack of clouds here in the central U.S. and also the clouds on the perimeter of this area of high pressure are moving in a clockwise fashion. Remember, areas of high pressure work clockwise, sinking and compressing air and really heating things up. We're talking about, boy, 17 days here in Oklahoma City of temperatures over 100 degrees. 18 days in Dallas, Texas with temperatures over 100 degrees. Folks, that's quite warm. And unfortunately, these people are dealing with a heat index or a feel-like temperature of around 110 up to 115 degrees. So people, unfortunately, dealing with the oppressive heat. Remember, this last winter, they were dealing with the winter storms day after day after day. Then the spring came. Then they were dealing with severe weather day after day after day. Remember all those tornadoes that took place? What a mess. And now they're dealing with the heat. And that's severe weather in a way. I mean, you're dealing with temperatures of 115 degrees. That really can take a toll on your body. Anyway, we don't have to deal with that. We're Floridians. We're used to the heat. And at least we get a sea breeze in the afternoon to help cool things down. All right, the rest of the tropics look fairly quiet this time. A couple of tropical waves out here. One we're watching has about a 30% chance to develop into something, and a couple of other tropical waves here in the Atlantic Basin. But at this time, at least for the next couple of days, nothing is expected to develop into anything tropical. We're talking about maybe a tropical depression, tropical storm, or even a hurricane. So it's going to be quiet for at least 48 hours. All right, highs today, 91 in Sarasota, 91 in Inglewood, up to 92 in Punta Gorda, 93 in both Port Charlotte and Northport. For the boaters today, expect wind out of the southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Chop will be light. Seas anywhere from 1 to 2 feet. Your tides, the high tide in Sarasota at 4:14 p.m. and the low tide in Charlotte Harbor at 1:28 early this afternoon. Well, remember, tomorrow is the last landing of the Atlantis Space Shuttle. That happens at 5:56 a.m. It touches down in Cape Canaveral. And the temperature will be in the upper 70s, with partly cloudy skies. Good forecast for the landing of the last space shuttle. All right, here we go with the extended outlook. Another day of very minimal chance of rain. And then as we get into the weekend, we're talking about Friday and Saturday, the rain chance does increase to about 30 to 40%. But highs over the next several days will remain in the lower 90s. Well, thanks for logging on to SNN Local News 6 Weather First Facebook forecast.